cold beer. Hey, what's going on? Studio 10-4 live. I got the Instagram gang right here hanging out, and then I got you guys up here up front hanging out, and we're all hanging together, man. We got the Instagram crowd, we got the Facebook, YouTube crowd. Everybody's hanging together. We got an early start today, so if you're all tuning in and you're wondering why is JT early, you know what? Even I am not going to go up against the World Series. I'm just not going to do it. So we're here with you live tonight, and we're streaming on multiple platforms. You got Instagram going on down here because that's where my phone is, and you guys up here because that's where Facebook and YouTube is at. So Facebook apparently has still not fixed itself, so I'm not going to even try inviting folks. So if you guys would do me a big solid, invite all your friends, tell everybody we're live, and get them on over here to hang out because, yeah, it's the only way to do this right now. So I suppose there's some things they're going to fix and get it straightened out when they do. I don't know, man. EKY, love you too, man. Thanks for tuning in. Over on Instagram, people are telling me they love us. So, or me, I don't kind of feeling special tonight. Miss Shannon and Miss Julia in the house tonight. Kevin, what's going on, man? Yeah, I'm doing good, buddy. I can't complain. Brandon, nice to have you on there. Fifth Wheel Mafia, I'll give you a shout out there. Possible joint ventures in the future. You never know, man. Part of the truck is the fifth wheel, so we're already there. 10-4 is part of the logo and the jargon and just what it's all about. That's how it works. So Brandon, yeah, give us a shout out, man. We'll talk to you. Great day. I just decided that we need to go on a little early and not compete with the World Series. I don't want to take audience away from the World Series tonight, so I figured I'd go a half hour early and let everybody have a chance to watch the Studio 10-4 live weekly update uninterrupted, and not mess with the World Series. That's kind of the deal. So, but cool thing is we got the Instagram guys down here and they got you guys up there. So fun times, man. Yeah, still we're kind of neck and neck on viewers, and I like that. That's fun. Guys dropping comments and got a lot of hearts and thumbs up and waves and everything else and hot stuff going on down on Instagram. What are you guys doing over here, man? I don't know. I think a lot of folks are still working, so that might be part of the issue too. So, as Dan would say, heads down and working, just doing what we got to do, which is true. It is what we do. What's going on and I got to go over here because I want to share some stuff with you guys here, and I got to get the dang screen ready here and choose things and make it all right and work. So there we go. Okay. Oh, and you guys on Instagram, listen, you guys are super. I love you. Thanks for tuning in and watching. I'm going to switch over to our YouTube and our Facebook channels. So go over to the other side, hit us up on Facebook and YouTube, and you can see the rest of the show. But thanks for tuning in over here on Instagram. You guys are special. Cheers, Desi. Good cheers, buddy. And cheers to everybody up here. Grab yourself your favorite beverage, whatever that might be, and enjoy. Instagram, we'll see you next time. Take care. I love that. The Instagram family, man. Gosh, you got to love them. Dan the man in the house. Jeff Botel, what's up, Jeff? Jeff, you and I didn't spend enough time together at the Bobtail show, so we'll have to figure out what happened there and make it right, man. Especially since we're at that point now where it's the show season is more or less, and I think more over. It's over. We have one show this weekend coming up, and that's in Porterville, California. That's the EM Tharp Peterbilt dealership sponsored presented show. If you want any information on that, probably go to their website, check it out. But Porterville show, and that's one that's been around in the past. It was one that was very popular, and probably so because the quality of the show was very good, and the time of year, man. There's no competition. So pick your pick your place where you want to be, where you want to go, and there it is. Well, okay, got Instagram taken care of. All right. Hey Dan, I'm live. Inside joke. Let's talk about a couple of things that are happening right now in 10-4 land. By the way, hey Bruce, what's going on? How are you and Kelly? You guys are awesome. And by the way, I wish we would have been able to hook up for dinner in Dixon. Um, Things were so running so spontaneously on Saturday night that we just couldn't make any plans. I hope you guys had a good time. I saw some pictures posted. You went to Bud's. Bud's does not disappoint. Great place in Dixon, California. Hey, anybody driving by Dixon, California, I'm going to tell you, go hit Bud's Pub up. What a great place. And the place that we went to Saturday night ended up going to phenomenal food there as well. And they are, guys, help me out because I can't remember the name. Oh, geez. We're having trouble streaming to Facebook. This may be an issue on Facebook's end. It is possible the stream was ended or deleted on Facebook. We'll keep trying to let you know if it's resolved. So I don't even know if we're streaming on Facebook anymore right now. Unbelievable. Anyway, it just seems to keep getting thicker. I'll just keep it at that. Dawson's. Thank you, Miss Julia. Yes. So Dawson's was the other restaurant we went to. First time we went to that place and checked it out, and they were good. So Miss Shannon says, Dan says we're all still live on Facebook. So it was one page out of the few that we streamed to on Facebook that's we got an issue with. So we'll go check it out later after the show and see what was going on. Speaking of shows though, in the past and recent past, most recent was Bobtail Apparel in Dixon, California. Great show, had a lot of fun. Did outdo itself again. I think that show is just going to keep growing exponentially. And I think here's what I think. I think more of y'all ought to get out there to that show is what I think. Because man, I'll tell you what, the usual suspects that were there the first time were certainly there the second time, and boy, did they increase their presence. I mean, there's some companies there that just brought it, and that's not that's not the theme. That's not what makes the show, but it doesn't hurt. And I'll tell you what, the only way it's going to get better is if you show up. So definitely get on out to the Bobtail Apparel show. But let's step back, man. Here we are. It's November 1st, by the way. How many days till Christmas? I know Miss Julia knows. She's probably got that thing ticking on her iPhone right now. Got her Christmas Day countdown thing going, and that way we all know how many days it is till Christmas. But it is getting close. It's that time of year. God, I can't even believe it. 53, she says. 53 days, Miss Julia says, till Christmas. Well, maybe so. Where did the year go? Last year at this time, I said this last week. Last year, this time I was just wrapping it up in California and literally wrapping it up and packing it up and moving up here to the great state of Oregon and Southern Oregon. Great move, by the way. Love what I do. Love where I'm at. It just, couldn't be better. Miss my people down in Folsom. Man, I do. I miss my people down there. But we see each other now and then and quite frequently on Facebook. And you know what? Honestly, I'll tell you, my time on the social media channels outside of 10-4 magazine have dwindled. That's for certain. But hey, I'm still here, still there. Anytime you guys want to hit me up, do so. Give me a shout. Give me a call. I don't hide my phone number. It's on there. I get all kinds of crazy calls all the time from people. I think they find it on the website and they figure it's just, safe bet. Maybe somebody will actually answer. And I do most of the time. So, besides the Porterville show, man, that's pretty much it for the ones that are coming up. But where we started this year, going all the way back to Matt's and it seems like forever ago. And yet it wasn't all that long ago, man. There we were, Louisville, Kentucky for Matt's Mid America Truck Show again, and man, good show, good time. I think competition was as high level as it ever was. A little exciting on the exit. On the way out, we had a truck catch fire. So I think that was this year. Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, but truck caught fire on the way out, and they got it under control. It didn't do a complete meltdown. Everybody at that show was prepared. We got fire extinguishers, many fire extinguishers, and the ones in the truck, around the truck, nearby the truck, and so on. And Miss Shannon says yes, it was this year, so they got it under control. But I think Matt's this year, there's always the question, why didn't the manufacturers show up, or how come these guys didn't show up those guys showed up, and blah blah blah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It only matters if it means something to you and to us. I think the show is going to continue to press on and do what it needs to do. Excuse me. the the upcoming show, I have a feeling they're going to reinvigorate, and there will be manufacturers there at this show, because honestly, it means something to me. Look, we're all behind this industry. Damn if they aren't. They better get behind it, man. Let me tell you, I got something I'll share with you guys here in a minute that'll kind of blow your mind. Randy Meckel, what's going on, man? Randy, great friend of 10-4 magazine. Randy, good to see you in the queue there and on the show. Appreciate that. Steve Rodriguez waving back at you, man. Waving back to Tulare. And and correct me if I'm wrong. It is Tulare, right? Or is it Tular? I thought it's Tulare. That's how I always pronounced it. And when I lived in the valley down there, that's how I thought it was pronounced. But the manufacturers need to get behind things, man. They really do. Some dealers show up and they make a presence. They represent the brands, but not all the manufacturers show up. So I'm hoping this year at Matt's that they do. There's going to be some changes this year, and I'm not at liberty to say what they are yet. Got to get with our buddies over there from the show and find out what they are, and let you guys in on all that information. There's plenty of people already building trucks for the shows for the 24 season, if you can believe that. And yes, 10-4 magazine is getting ready for Trucking for Kids, and that's coming up in April. Again, I don't have my ad slicks, but I think it's the weekend of the 23rd-ish, if I'm not mistaken. Shannon, come on, tell me what dates I need here, or Dan. Let's get the Trucking for Kid dates correct. But we'll let you guys know once things are ready to pre-register for Trucking for Kids and get yourselves in there. This show is going to be the biggest. This one is going to be the biggest, I guarantee you. There's going to be more going on here this year than ever. 21st. Hey, I got it right. Damn. JT knows what's going on. Matt's is March 21st through the 23rd. Trucking for Kids is April 20th, 21st, 22nd, 27th, 28th. Thank you. 27th, 28th. Okay. So we get a little bit of a break in between Matt's and Trucking for Kids, which, boy, we're going to need it to get ready to get that thing to roll and do what it needs to do. But we'll get it done, and it'll be happening. There's some truck drags that are going on, I think, the weekend before our show down in Arizona again. That's awesome, because that truck last year, they were singing taps, man. They were playing taps at the end of the deal. It was supposed to shut down, and it may still. I don't know. There's some things about a lot of the NHRA tracks that are happening across the country. Some of them are closing and they're just done. Some of them are closing and they're building new ones. So, progress is happening. People are moving in, spreading out, call it sprawl, whatever you want to call it. But there's a lot of tracks that were built way out in the middle of nowhere, not to bother anybody when they were built. And now people have moved out to them They've built neighborhoods and communities out to them, and because of that, they lose and the communities win, which I still think is, I don't think it's fair. It's like you buy a house and you live in a flight path of an airport. Do you think you maybe should have realized that before you moved in and not complain about it after you move in? I think you probably should. Uh, Dealt with a lot of similar circumstances like that over the years at different situations, and it's up to us to figure things out. Do your due diligence and figure it out. But um, what else is on the plate, as they say? Oh, website. The website has been updated, but we're not all the way there. So hang out, wait till the 100% switch is thrown on it, but it's there. If you just can't wait and you got to see it, hey, we love traffic. So hey, man, get her done. Yeah, Miss Julia has a great question. Can folks still get their 30-year T-shirts? Yes, you can. And I actually have that queued up because I was going to get there. Well, let's just go ahead and go there. There they are. And if you're looking for not only the 30th anniversary T-shirts, the back row T-shirts are still available. The legendary T-shirts featuring the Magini family truck on the back there, number 13 is available. Sold out. Yeah, the silver lining shirt is sold out. The funny thing about that? That's what I am wearing right now is the silver lining T-shirt. 30th anniversary shirt. There's the front view of it. It is still available. Our logo shirt, so popular, it's sold out, and hats are still available. So, what I can tell you guys is this: if you are thinking about buying a Christmas present and it's going to be a shirt or a hat, get over there and get it done now. What you want to do is you want to go to stay-loaded.com. In fact, you know what? Instead of even giving you all that garbage, here, let me just show you the quick way to get there. Go to our website, go to 10-4magazine.com, anywhere on the website, doesn't matter. Scroll down and find the shirt. There it is, Stay Loaded, bada bing. And you too can buy the latest 10-4 swag, garb, whatever you want to call it, T-shirts, hats, and the like. So get outfitted and get looking good in your 10-4 shirts. Nothing like wearing 10-4 shirts on Christmas Day, especially if it's a fresh one right out of the package. Sitting back in your 10-4 shirt, reading the 10-4 magazine that you're somebody subscribed for you. Those gifts are coming out right now too. So you want to make sure that happens. And the same thing, go to our website right here, go to subscribe and click on whatever one you want. I recommend, and I not because it costs more, because it doesn't matter to us. It doesn't make us any money. It's about paying for the subscription to get it to you guys because it comes to you in a clear plastic sleeve and it's protected through the whole mail process, and it comes to you just as sweet and fresh as it did the day that it came off the press. I like this one here, the 1 year subscription of 5 copies a month, and that's why it's 60 to 150, 140. I'm sorry, down here 140, and you get 5 copies. You could share that, spread it around the shop, keep one at home, keep one in each truck or whatever you got, and always have one handy. But get subscribed, give them away for gifts. Call up and talk to Miss Shannon. She'll get you taken care of. Hey, Randy, I was just seeing what you put out there, buddy, and good. Yeah, common sense, vote right. Absolutely, man. There's some stuff going on right now politically that hasn't changed much. I can't believe the state of mind of our leadership right now. My personal opinion. It just floors me that there's no action, and no action is as bad as bad action, and there's none going on right now. So um, be wherever you stand on this and stand for what you believe in, but do it in a way that you're not infringing on anybody. Listen, we can all have disagreements, and growing up, we did. We used to get in fights. We fought about it, and And usually afterwards, at least all the fights that I ever had ended with us shaking hands and being best of friends. And I'm still friends with everybody I ever got in a fight with all these years later. It's the ones that are still alive, anyways. And so, yeah, common sense, vote right. And that may mean something different for you than it does me, but I'm just going to tell you I'm going to vote for what my conscience and my heart tells me that I need to do. And I hope you guys do the same thing, because it's time for a change. It's time for a big change, big change. What else we got going on? There was something I wanted to talk to you guys about, and so on my trip down to Dixon, California for the Bobtail show, and I mean I cover a lot of miles. Dan and Shan are out there covering a lot of miles. They in the last couple of months, I think, went to 5 shows. And it was like show home, maybe a weekend show home, then a show, or however it spaced itself out. Team 10-4 has been spread pretty thin, but we've gotten it done, and some of us have been in more shows than others, but it's definitely been a trip. You spend a lot of time on the road. You got wheel time. Me, I'm a professional. I drove for a living. Um, I just gotta say, what happened to our drivers, man? What happened to skills? What happened to keeping it on the road safely? Don't wander. Uh, Polite, be polite. Say please and thank you. I don't understand. I got to tell you now. I'm just going to speak from where I've been driving, and that's the West Coast corridor. Highway 5, Highway 99, um, Oregon, California. That's pretty much where I've been. What the heck? I can't tell you how many times on my way down into California, once I was in California, um, I had to get out of the way of the trucker next to me. Otherwise, the guy would have ran my ass over. I'd have been done. And that I don't know. Jeff, Jeff brings up great point. Cell phones happened, yes. And I've caught guys when this crap's going on. I'll look up, and try to see what the hell the guy's doing. Is he throwing the phone up in the air and grabbing the wheel, or is he just, still not even paying attention? And more times than not, these guys are not even paying attention. And I'm just moving my ass over so I don't get run over. But what happened to a thank you on the lights? When you let somebody in, man. Um, yeah, Kevin texting and driving. April, hi April. Good to have April in the house. April Siebes, what's going on? Bruce, a man to that is just not the sell. Oh, amen to that. It's not the. It is, and I'll tell you. I was talking to the OG Norm Butler. OG, what's happening? I hope he's out there watching today. I just gave him a shout out. Oh, the OG Norm Butler. And Norm, what a rooted guy, down to earth, man, 100%. Been out there doing it forever, and he's right on the money too. It's the same story. Just there's been a lot lost, and we always say in translation. I'm going to say more in transformation, from grandpa to grandson to son to dad. However that chain goes. I think we lost a lot, and so I think we need to own some of that, and we need to get back to teaching these kids what the hell, man. And believe me, a lot of them ain't kids either up there, up above us on the seat and behind the windshield and on the wheel. There's plenty of adults up there, and they're not getting it done. Miss Shannon, yeah, she thinks California is the worst. Well, you get around out there. And by the way, cute picture of the Dan and Shan show. You guys stay tuned. There's going to be more of the Dan and Shan show coming too, as we kind of work this whole thing out. Dan and I have been trying to play with some ideas and thoughts, and we're working on some special new content that's going to come your guys' way here soon, one way or another, multiple ways, and It'll be fun. I'll just tell you that. So, but back to, this is my rant. This is my Showtime rant. I honestly, I'll tell you, man, it's like some of the stuff I watch on the news today, I get the same anger. I, uh, I feel the same way towards these people that are out protesting with bandanas on their faces or completely covered at, beanie and ski mask, face mask, and all you can see is this little opening right here. Hey, if you so strongly believe in whatever it is you're out there telling everybody else they're wrong for doing, man, you better get some cojones and show your face, because I'll tell you what, you got no cred with me and a lot of other people too. You got not enough cred out there, not enough, what's to show yourself. You got no business being out there. Go away. And I can't believe what I see out there, and some of these drivers, man. I'll tell you what, I think it goes back to the company who hired them to make sure these guys are on point. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, some guys are more picky than others. Frankly, look, I drove for years, and where I lived at in the Central Valley, it's hot. Okay, and so in my business, driving transfer, I'm in and out of the truck all day long. Uh, getting loaded, unloading, transferring, doing what I got to do. Sometimes even loading my own loads. We go into a sand pit, run the loader, load our own thing. And I always wore tennis shoes and shorts. Nothing's changed. I'm still doing that today. But the bottom line is I took care of business. Some folks think that's not professional. We should be wearing a uniform. We should be wearing, pants, shirt, boots at the very least, whatever. I'm not going to get that crazy about it. I'm just going to say, look, man, handle your business. If you got both hands on the wheel and you're that guy behind the windshield, there's a world around you. I mean, it's in front of you, it's beside you, and of course, behind you. And I can't tell you how many lives I probably saved and injuries prevented by being smarter than the guy down on the ground in four wheels. And sometimes 18. Look, I'm not breaking my arm, patting myself on the back about it. I'm just saying we have to have that intuition, and I guess God figured I better, listen and have it, and save lives and prevent things bad from happening, because I did. But the guys up there now, Charles, yeah, Charles Hale, good point, man. I know this is driving it home, and it is, and I'm gonna switch gears here in a minute, but it just blows my mind on and on and on how this continues to go that way, and I wish we had a way to police ourselves a little better. The other thing about what's going on out there on the road today with the guys, do we use our CBs or not? Are you guys communicating with one another? How many pileups could have been prevented if there was a CB out there that could have given a shout out to everybody that had CBs on coming into the accident where the impact was, and prevented any more from happening? I don't know, but I just know this: it needs to happen now. Something I'm going to share with you guys that I received. I just got it the other day. And let's bring it on up here. I'm not going to share where it came from, who it came from. Just going to tell you that a truck salesman that I work with has a couple of builds, and that is for road truck body, a transfer, and a super tag. You guys down in Cali, you know what the tags are. For those of you that don't, a super tag is a truck with about a 20 to 21 foot or 22 foot body on it, and it has a tag axle behind the drivers that drops down and gives the truck a bigger load capacity in California. Anyway, transfer, y'all pretty much know what transfers are. Slam bang transfer, probably a few other nicknames out there for them as well. But the trucks that are out there right now that I'm talking about, these are two that are going to be built, and they're supposed to be delivered in March or April. Anyway, There's a little bit of talk in this email about that. And then he goes on to say that these builds are tentatively scheduled for the 1st of March. One problem, and I'm going to omit the brand and say manufacturer cannot deliver any diesel trucks until they sell an electric truck. All manufacturers are faced with this dilemma, and none of us have a customer interested in an electric vehicle. What does that mean to me? What does that mean to you? Okay, it's going to mean different things to different people. For me, as a manufacturer of dump truck bodies and trailers, well, that means, are the orders going to stop coming in until we know we can get trucks built on the other end by the manufacturers to deliver to us to mount bodies on and hook trailers to and do what we need to do? And believe me, we're just, we're the small part. There's all these other dry van guys, reefer van guys, flats, low beds, heavy haul, hay haulers, bull haulers. I mean, okay, the list goes on. Point being, this they're holding us ransom, man. It's extortion. It's extortion. That's what it is. They're making somebody buy an electric truck. You have to buy an electric truck or we can't have business. So I don't know. And yeah, this is a California thing right now. Coming to another state near or nearby you anytime soon. Trust me, it is. Oregon is put a stay of extortion for a year on their plan, which was supposed to take care right now. It was supposed to happen this in 24, but they're going to go to 25 and wait until 25 to do it. So that being said, I just, this is what we're dealing with out here. And Miss Julia says politicians. Yeah, I 100%. Politicians, idea people, which there's nothing wrong with. It just has to some point become reality for these idea people, that just because it blazes through their head that they got this great idea, so they think it's their reality, that it should be adopted by everybody everywhere, and that's just not reality. Reality's tangible. It's what's real. It's what is in front of us, and just because it's their reality does not mean that it's ours. Scott Henry, my week is going good, man. It's good to be here with all of you guys and have an opportunity to host the Studio 10-4 Live weekly update and be a part of what we do here at 10-4 Magazine. So thanks for asking. How's your week going for you, my friend? I hope it's going as good as mine. As far as there is one other thing I wanted to cover in today's show, and here's reality, man. Here's reality. Unfortunate, but true, and unfortunate and unexpected. So, 10-4 Magazine, of course, being connected for the last 30 years to the trucking industry, to many of you, and many more yet to come. I hope we bridge the gap and connect to your kids and grandkids and theirs all the way down the line to the point where all of us in Team 10-4 have we've grabbed the last gear and mashed the last throttle and off into the sunset, and there's a whole new group up there handling our business for us. But as life moves forward and moves on, it certainly ends for others. And the unfortunate passing last week of our friend from up in Northern Oregon up there, Frank Merrill, passed away. And if you guys want any information on how to pay any tribute, say hello, pass your condolences on, show up for a memorial, all of that, the memorial service is going to be 2 p.m. Let's see, November 18th. And it'll actually 11 a.m. at PepsiCo in Mount Angel, Oregon. So this information I'm sharing with you, it's from the 10-4 Magazine Lounge. If you haven't joined the lounge, it's a group on Facebook. Look for it and ask to join, and we'll get you in there. Uh, and then you can invite people to join it as well. So I met Frank. I met him at the Brooks Show this year. Longtime friend of 10-4. Great pictures here of Frank. He was my golf cart guy. He got me my golf cart. And that truck right there, that COE Beaver truck right there, it's been around for quite a while. And that truck's a beauty. And we'll always remember Frank for that and probably many other reasons for many of you. But for me, I did not know Frank that well, but he's a part of the 10-4 family and is an affiliate been an affiliate for many years. And we wish all of his family the best, and we're thinking of them and hoping that they can all get through this at this time and be able to take care of one another and provide comfort that all of y'all need. I mean, it was apparently not anything that was expected, and most of the time it's not. This was definitely one of those times. So, peace to you, Frank, and peace to your family, and ride on in peace, buddy. I hate those, man, but you know what? It happens out there, right? We all come and go. So, cheers to Frank and his family, everybody. Raise the toast if you have it. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're all wondering, that is the Big Red R, Rainier's ale right there. I mean, I can't believe how good this stuff is. And 16 ounce 16-ounce can up here at Costco in Oregon is $6.99. That's hard to beat. So I love it. I'm a fan of cheap beer. I love good beer that's expensive too. Good beer that's cheap. Either way, it's all good. Miss Shannon says the website is up and all good. So head on over and check out 104magazine .com and see what's shaking over there. So if that's the case, we have a new cover on there, and there it is. And if you guys didn't catch it, we interviewed Bert and Lisa at the Souza Memorial Truck Show. So if you guys want to go back and look at that, you can. There's Bert and Lisa right there, looking good, might add, and their buddy in Bert's hands there. That's awesome. But that truck and that trailer, let me tell you, this is my area of business and expertise, and they keep a pretty truck. So congratulations. We hope to have them on the show next week. So stay tuned next week for Studio 10-4 Live and our cover truck show. Honestly, today, you know what? I had no guest available. Everybody's head down, pushing forward, towing the line, working. So I couldn't get anybody, but we'll get that changed up next week, hopefully. Definitely want to have some other friends on the show. Again, I'm going to reach out to you guys, man. And by the way, I don't know if I said hi to Charles Hale, but Charles, how are you, buddy? Good to have you on the show. Tim Siebes, what's going on? Good to have you on the show. Tim, of course, one of the brain trusts there for the group and the 10-4 magazine, and of course, Trucking for Kids. Dennis, what's happening? Yeah, Dennis, all you can have is water. Yeah, but dude, you make up for it in meal size. Let me tell you, there's no portion control with that, man, and I'm envious of you. There's not a lot on my end. Trust me, I need to. Yeah. Hey, by the way, just a little side note about my personal world. Yeah, thanks, Siebes. Already throwing the pre-register out there. I, as some of you may or may not know, have had and been experiencing and living with atrial fibrillation, which is, it's not like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst. I don't know. I guess it can be up there, but let's just say it's a 5 in the scheme of things. There's a lot worse things a person can have. bottom line is medication can help treat it, but the best treatment for it is to get what they call a cardioablation. And we're going to be having that done finally. So the good news about that is that it relieves uh, the problem of AFib, but it also gets you off the medication that you have to stay out of AFib as well. So I'm excited about that. I don't have a date yet. Got a lot of other crazy things, surgeries that they want to do that are, from out there tearing my body up for however many years I was out there beating myself up. Um, yeah, Dan's right on that one. Uh, and I had a little bit of talk with Bert about that too. So um, it will be a good conversation. But the medication, as with a lot of medications that are out there that we're forced to take, well, we're not forced to. We decide yes or no. We're gonna go with what the doctor says and take these pills or whatever, and or we're not. Um, but in the medical world, they have a risk and benefit equation. Does the risk outweigh the benefit? Does the benefit outweigh the risk? You have to decide. And let me tell you, from this journey that I've been on through medicine in the last 5 years, let's say, you really have to be your own advocate. You have to stand up for yourself, because if you don't, nobody else is going to. And the doctors will do whatever, however, whenever they want. And let me tell you, there's not any, absolute pattern, roadmap, procedure, whatever. Yeah, nice hat is right. I love this hat. That's out there that says this is how it's done. It's going to work. It's, you need to do this. It's not that way. They call it practicing medicine for a reason. Not everything works for everybody. Know your body, figure out what it is that's going on. You're going to be the best advocate to get things back where they need to be, and get them right. Gary, what's up, man? What's up, brother? Good to have you on the show, and good, man. Just good to have you around. Period. So, Gary, good to have you back. Be 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 your own advocate, and be sure about what it is you want to do. Pray, meditate, whatever it takes to do that. I'm just going to tell you that for me, I got into it with a cardiologist, and it wasn't a good fit. This guy didn't care about anybody but himself. Sorry to say, but he didn't. He just liked to hear his own voice, and hear patients look up to him and say, "You're right, doctor." And you know, look, there's too much information and knowledge out there for us to get informed and educated about what it is we're going through and what we're experiencing. Seek it out for yourself, whatever that is, and find out for yourself, so that you don't go in there and just end up being a sheep, another guy in this guy's bottom line on his payroll, paycheck, whatever, for the month. It really is important that you understand what you're going through, and take care of your business. I finally got connected with a guy that he's the guy, and he's going to take care of business. So I'm looking forward to it. And I got some other stuff that they want to do. And I mean, listen, I've been working my ass off since I was a kid, and most of it's been hard labor. So my body's trashed. Shoulder, knees, ankles, carpal tunnel, you name it, man. I got it all going on. So we're kind of looking at taking a piece at a time and figuring out how we're going to get it all done. But you know what? It's time. The pain's not normal. It's just not. So, get yourself checked out if you can, and then be sure you know what you're getting into. That's all I can tell you. So, hey everybody, listen. You know what? Another show in the books. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I can't wait to ride from this point all the way through to the end of the year. We're going to have a year wrap show like we always do. Um, What do you mean, Gary? What do you mean rebuild time myself? Oh, I got you. Yeah. Okay, understood. Dennis, stay positive and listen, man. You know, Dennis Mitchell. Here's a guy. He's got a little bit of knowledge here in what we're talking about. Listen to your medical professionals, but listen. Um, the reality of it is, Dennis, did you just blindly walk through every door that they opened and said, "This is the one. This is what you need to do, man"? And I just can't. Knowing you, Dennis, I can't say. My thought is no, you didn't. You made some choices. And Gene, hello, Gene. We love you, and thanks for being in there and tuning in. Yeah, I am your AFib buddy. But honey, I'm hopefully going to get this resolved, and we'll still be buddies. But we're not going to share the AFib thing. I hope. Um, hey Scott, go do the dishes, bud. Load the machine, whatever. Uh, and listen, tell your wife howdy from all of us here at 10-4. Dennis, yeah, no, you didn't. And there's the answer. Hey, by the way, everybody, Gary, y'all know our buddy Gary Jones. I guess he goes by Gary Dean Jones right there. Let's all make sure that we keep Gary in our prayers on the 5th. He's going in for a procedure, and we want the best outcome for Gary on December 5th. So think about that. Keep him in your prayers, and anybody else out there, man. I mean, you guys got a prayer call or whatever you want to do. Don't hesitate. We're all friends here, and you guys throw their names in there, and we'll get them in on the prayer roll. Yeah, Miss Julia, what was that? Trucking for Kids taking sponsors to hey. Trucking for Kids is always taking sponsors, donations, volunteers, help, whatever you got to offer. We're willing to listen, and we'd love to have you be a part of Trucking for Kids, even if it's just showing up and enjoying yourself. So, but yes, absolutely contact Tim Siebens, Dan Lenz, Shannon, myself, whoever, you feel like you want to talk to, we'll get you handled, get you pointed in the right direction to who you need to talk to. Gary, you're always your family, brother. So don't you worry. You're always welcome here and anywhere, anytime where we're at. So appreciate that. You're here and get yourself whole and fit again. Okay. Missing Mr. Bubba Branch today. Maybe Bubba's out there and he tuned in. He just couldn't say howdy. I know there's some of y'all out there that tune in and listen to the show without watching it because all you can do is listen to the audio while you're driving. And hey, we appreciate that. Maybe sometime when we make it big and hit it over onto the XM side of things, we'll get everybody doing that. I'd love that if something like that happened. That'd be pretty cool. But I would still do the video so we could have a little bit of a view into the show and what's going on as well as while it's happening over in real time on another stream source of some kind. We'll see. Maybe someday, you never know. XM will reach out and say, "Hey, we want that guy," and we'll have an opportunity to reach more people and share the love out there and the 10-4 experience. So thanks guys for tuning in. Keep the shiny side up. Next week, let's keep our fingers crossed and hope we can get Bert and Lisa in here for our monthly cover truck show for November. We will have a short month this month because Thanksgiving is on Thursday and Wednesday is the show. So not sure yet what we're going to do, but hey, Dan Lenz. Yeah, Dan's in touch with the baseball world. Yeah, next year, Dan. That's okay, buddy. Hey, and if you're gonna watch the World Series tonight, go Rangers. I'm all about that, especially since Arizona is in the Giants division, and we couldn't stand to listen to them brag about being the World Series champs all next year with our new manager at the helm. Bob Melvin, former Giant catcher himself, and I think he was a manager of Arizona at one time too. I know he's the A's, the Padres. I don't know where else he's been. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. But anyways, everybody's saying goodnight over here on the queue, and good night to all y'all. You guys take care. we'll see you next week, one way or another out there. Prayers to you. Stay safe.